Hi Taurus, welcome to Maddie Tarot. I'm Maddie, and today we're going to be doing a general reading for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements for October 10th, the 11th through the 20th, okay? So this is a general reading, keep that in mind. It may not resonate for everybody from front to back. Take what resonates and leave the rest. You may need to swap roles because at any point I could be talking about your person, another person, another individual or party, because I am just reading energies and deciphering the message as best as I can out of those energies. So you may need to swap roles to make it fit. Don't overextend yourself and don't stretch it to make it fit. If it's not your story, it's not your story. And check your other placements because your messages could be there, okay? I have pre-meditated on the collective conscious of Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements. I have pre-shuffled the decks and cleansed the space and cleansed the decks, okay? So, Taurus. What does Taurus need to know? What does Taurus need to know? Let's see. Taurus. Okay, a card for you, Taurus. Let's see. We've got the Muse of Voices and energy directly affecting this. Two of Inspiration. Taurus's person, a card for them. Taurus is the person on Taurus's mind. The Sun and energy directly affecting this. The Three of Inspiration. Okay, three energies from the past that have led to this. We've got the Muse of Materials, the Hierophant, and the Eight of Voices. Your intuition. The Queen of Voices. Your challenge. Knight of Inspiration. Taurus's advice. Seven of Emotions. Person on Taurus's mind, what are they thinking? The Queen of Materials. Person on Taurus's mind, how are they feeling? The Five of Emotions. And person on Taurus's mind, what is their next move? The Three of Pentacles. Bias for Taurus. Knight of Emotions. Caution. Four of Emotions. And Focus. Nine of Voices. Two guidance messages for Taurus. The Eight of Materials and one more. The Fool. At the bottom of the deck, Page of Materials. Okay. I'm going to pull two crystal cards for you, Taurus. Sodalite. And Ulexite. All right. Sodalite and Ulexite. So, Sodalite, this beautiful stone enhances meditation and opens up the spiritual plane, making it easier for you to understand and explore. When you are in deep meditation, Sodalite promotes self-acceptance and trust in your actions that follows you in your everyday life. And then Ulexite, this clear, beautiful stone can magnify almost anything placed under it. Bringing things such as visions and dreams into focus is one of the most powerful traits, extremely useful in meditation. Gazing into the stone can help you see what is in another's heart. So at this time, Taurus, I'm thinking that you need to trust in yourself. And that's something you're going through right now, is learning how to trust in yourself. And also trust in others. So trust in yourself can bring about trust in others. And understanding, how do you say, the things you want and dream about and what's going on in your world, you can bring that to life. And you need to trust in yourself, and that will facilitate trust in others. And that will help you navigate these things. So Sodalite and Ulexite could help you in these regards, okay? Let's get into the reading. So, at this time, you've got the Muse of Voices and the Two of Inspiration. So, Taurus, you are dealing with something that is causing you to kind of look at it, and it's almost like really, it almost stings, but you're being really honest with yourself, and you're finding that trust. Seven of Swords, yeah. And then the Two of Inspiration here to clarify and then clarified by the Ace of Swords. Let's do your person real quick. The Sun clarified by the Sun, and the Three of Inspiration clarified by the Empress. Okay, so there's something you're needing to get really honest with yourself about, and this is in regard to maybe feelings of betrayal or feelings of denial or something you are being maybe passive aggressive about, Taurus. So there's something that here that you maybe you're not looking at clearly and lying to yourself about, or maybe you feel betrayed and you're trying to get really honest with about what this actually means in your world. In regard to your person. And this is having to do with the decisions you make about moving forward with this person. And also, the Ace of Swords is like clarity and truth. And so it's like clearly communicating the way you want to progress forward from this. This person is doing something that they're doing makes them happy, and you know it makes them happy. You know they obviously are involved in that, and this is something that they're doing for themselves, and so maybe it's affecting you, and it feels like a betrayal. So this person maybe could be following an endeavor that you may feel a little jealousy toward, or maybe feel a little uneasiness toward. And this person, it's a matter of what you are able to like if it's what you're okay with. Essentially, it's a matter of that. What you're okay with, what your boundaries are, what you're able to work out with this person, and as long as you trust them, then you should be able to work through those things with them. The Muse of Materials here and the Hierophant and the Eight of Voices is the past energy. I'm getting here that commitment and stability is something that has been on the rocks in this connection. For those of you in a connection, it's something that you guys have worked on and communicated a lot about and really worked toward, is security. And you guys have come to points where you have felt stuck in the past, and maybe have had this on again, off again energy at times. Clarified by the Six of Swords. There's been a lot of lessons learned here, and you guys have moved through different transitions of life together. Clarified by the Three of Pentacles. There's been a lot of collaborative effort that's been needed, working together and working as a team. And clarified by the Ten of Cups. Yes, so you guys, for this security and stability, there's been a lot of lessons that have been learned surrounding this, and you guys have had to move through these transitions together to get there. In regard to this commitment, deeper level commitment, and the knowledge in which the beliefs you guys hold toward these things, there's been a lot of concerted efforts on both sides, collaborative efforts, working together, taking action to create a team of where you guys move forward with intention and are able to work together on solving issues. The Eight of Swords here, Eight of Voices, clarified by the Ten of Cups. You've reached stalemates in areas of the mental blockages, and maybe like a mental prison holding yourself back from creating this stability. And this is something that it may seem unattainable at times. And I know, Taurus, you're really stoic, and you're really, really, you value commitment. And so there's times maybe you've thought this person might not be in it for that, or maybe this isn't the way, or maybe you've gotten fearful and ran and come back. But these mental blockages on your way to your happiness and this happy home and happy partnership have led to this this moment now where you are able to approach this in a different light. is what I'm getting here. The Queen of Voices is your intuition. So that's the Queen of Swords, and that's, you know, the Queen of Swords is really good at setting boundaries. Your intuition's telling you that as long as you set firm boundaries and you're able to be honest and clear and communicative and practical about what your needs are, then this should not be an issue this shouldn't be an issue that is harmful in any way. Okay, this is clarified by the Five of Cups. Yes, if you're able to use the grievance, the pain that you felt and the loss and the disconnection that's happened, if you're able to use those to your advantage and set firm boundaries, then you should be able to move forward through this with no issue. Knight of Inspiration clarified by the Two of Swords, that's your challenge, and the Seven of Emotions clarified by the Two of Pentacles is your advice. If you're able to set firm boundaries in regard to taking the pain from the past and the losses and the things that you've learned and applying them, that is what your intuition's telling you right now, is look at your past as a guide to help you navigate the future. The challenge right now is you're faced with an indecision regarding, I don't get this from you. I'm thinking your person is wanting to maybe embark on an endeavor that kind of that's kind of taboo, maybe in a way, but or maybe you are in a situation that you feel is a bit uncomfortable, and you're finding it hard to allow the freedom in that regard. Again, if it's violating your boundaries, and you know, we all have different needs. If it's going against your values, your needs, or violating your boundaries, don't do it. But this, I'm getting here that you're at an indecision at this, and this is a challenge for you. You're hitting this wall. Your advice here is saying, you know, is make the correct choices in regard to what will bring you the balance you're seeking. What are you okay with? Are you able to juggle certain things? Are you able to, you know, lend a hand here, allow this here, allow this here? Is there compromise that can be found, negotiation that can be found? And this is all in regard to the decisions you make. So your advice here is to make the decisions that will facilitate the proper balance that you're seeking, Taurus. Okay, so your person, what are they thinking right now? They're thinking about their money. They're thinking about their ability to receive something that will bring more security and abundance to this connection, is what I'm getting. This is clarified by Strength. And how's your person feeling? Five of Cups, clarified by Knight of Pentacles. And what's your person's next move? Three of Pentacles, clarified by the Nine of Swords. So your person is thinking right now of maybe facing some of their fears and regarding their insecurities, and really working on their sense of how they receive the world around them, and working on something to bring back to the connection. What they're feeling right now is, I feel like you guys have had a bit of a conflict in regard to this recently, and so they're feeling a bit of a loss there. They're feeling hurt. They're feeling like they are at fault even. And this is in regard to commitment and dedication as well. So you guys have got a big underlying story here of what it is to commit to a person long term. And when you're able to say, you know, you've compromised with me here, and I can compromise with you here, and like you've given me this and I can give you that. It's like an equal give and take. Not everyone can always do 100 forever. I'm sorry, not everyone can always show up and do everything, but there's times where we each will not be able to give our full best, and that is why it's really important to not keep that scoreboard, or you know, when you're both in it at the same level of dedication and commitment, then that really evens out in the end, and it's not about keeping a record book of, you know, what did I get out of this, you know. So that is really how they're feeling right now is the way the underlying story is the way you guys have put each other through a lot, but also have continued to show up for each other time and time again. So your person's next move is weighing the way that their efforts have your guys' collaborative efforts have come together. And the Nine of Swords here is the pain and such. So it's like their next move is understanding that when there's pain, you guys continue to still be there for each other. You never turned your back on each other. I mean, there's been times where there's been tumultuous times where there's split, but in the bigger picture, you guys have come back together and transcended those things together. And I think that this person is really taking that into consideration and basing their actions off of that, moving with intention. Okay, so Taurus, your bias here is the Knight of Pentacles. You may look, I don't think you're voicing this, but you may think that you've maybe given more in certain regards, or the way that the romance is played out, or the courtship. And let's see, Temperance, the Hermit, and the Three of Cups. So yeah, you may think that you've given more or been more romantic, or maybe that you've nurtured this person a bit more, and the Temperance, but you know, I think a little communication surrounding these things. Maybe you're not taking into consideration how much this person has put on the line for you, or how much maybe they're not communicating the way in which they make sacrifices. And so getting really transparent with those things can help you see both sides. And your caution here should be is discontentment and apathy, and then the Hermit. When you go inward and you start looking at yourself, I feel like you've got a lot of internal pain that you haven't processed, and there's a lot of discontentment, or maybe looking at things then glass half empty. And this is something you should be cautioned about, because this will reflect back into your outer world. If you are constantly tearing yourself down, thinking that you can't do anything right, or thinking that this person's actions when they get upset are in direct reflection of the way of your character and your integrity and your your value and your worth, that is something you should be cautioned about. It's not a reflection of that. And so going inward should not create apathetic and discontentment, apathetic feelings and feelings of discontentment. Going inward should enlighten you. And so that is something you should be cautioned toward, Taurus. Taurus, your focus here is Nine of Voices, which is Nine of Swords. Your pain, your trauma, the depression you've faced, the struggles you faced, you really need to befriend these things. So I'm getting here, so this is friendship and companionship and coming together gatherings, and this is like pain, trauma, and depression, and the hardships you faced. So I'm getting here is you need to befriend your shadow. Your focus should be befriending your shadow. Carl Jung, he's a famous psychologist. He talks about the shadow part of us. The shadow is the part of us that we repressed at a young age when we felt like we couldn't embrace those parts of us. And befriending our shadow is a huge step in the dark night of the soul, in our awakening. So allowing those pieces of us that we have pushed away, that we have shamed or made ourselves feel small for, and kind of hid them away. They still are active parts of us, but they manifest in such ways that they are not embraced, so they tend to cause turmoil. And when we can embrace the shadow pieces of us, not only do we build more confidence and strength within ourselves, but we start to become more of our true selves. We align with our true path, and we also find people who really truly are able to give us what we are looking for, and where we can build a meaningful relationship with, because we are no longer performing. We are just allowing ourselves to be and accepting our truth. Okay, so your two guidance messages here, the Eight of Pentacles and the Fool. Clarify the Eight of Pentacles. So there's lessons here, you know, things to add to your tool belt and your skill set, and learning, you know, as you go. The Eight of Materials also talks about, you know, working towards something, and putting in the effort to learn and to understand. And that's clarified by the Fool. And then you've also got the Fool over here. So so taking that leap of faith and new beginnings, and kind of wiping the slate clean, and not holding resentment, and letting go of, you know, the old programming. And that way you're able to kind of approach things with an innocent or childlike awe and wonder, and you know, be curious. Okay, so that it requires not only trust and faith, but to take that leap of faith, you know. And then your guidance here with the Fool, clarified by the Page of Swords. So yeah, this was clarified by the Fool here, taking that leap of faith, and applying the skill set and the lessons that you've learned. And then the Fool here, clarified by the Page of Swords, is not taking things so seriously, I guess, is the message I'm getting. Your guidance is to kind of lighten up, laugh at certain things, be able to find the humor, or don't internalize, and kind of just the more you're able to communicate these things lightly, without so much heaviness, or without so much shame or burden or blame, then the more you'll be able to, how do you say, level up and flow through these challenges with this person at this time. I'm getting here underneath the reading is like, this is a very strong connection, and it has a lot of promising potential, and you guys are both very invested in it. And so it would be a shame to allow these internal processes that really weigh down and hinder communication to take this down. So what you don't see coming is the Page of Materials, clarified by the Chariot. Manifesting new opportunities of abundance, and being able to, how do you say, go out and take the action toward these things, is what you don't see coming. And so that, if you're able to follow these messages, you'll be able to then do that. And there will be, and then at the bottom of the deck here, we got Chariot as well. You'll be able to overcome this obstacle, and there will be victory. And you can obtain, you know, whatever you set your mind to. Let's pull some energy cards for Taurus. Oh, there's some. So we've got determination, success, and death. And then reflection, happiness, and comfort. Okay, so great. It's pretty much exactly what what I've been saying. So reflecting on not only your decisions, your actions, but reflecting on how they've affected the dynamic and what ways you guys reflect each other. Determination is being able to move forward, having that commitment, and when the love has maybe dwindled, or maybe there's parts and times where you guys are in a fight, and having the determination to push through by taking the space needed to come back and work on an effort together, and as a team. So determination to see the prize of what it is to commit and put that effort into building something that is worthwhile with a person. I do see success here as well. This is you guys are going through a transformative period, where you kind of the ending of something meets the beginning of something, and there's that. I mean, death is the Scorpio card, so it's like the phoenix rising from the ashes. You know, what's not working, let's clear it out, and let's build upon the foundation of what is working. This is requiring, like I said in the very beginning, you may be having to step out of your comfort zone a bit at this time, and that's going to require communication and accepting your partner for who they are. If you want happiness, you need to kind of how do you say, you gotta weigh things like, is this something that's against my like core values as a person? Because if it's not, if it's a petty grievance, let it go. There's no need to, like, why does it matter? In the long run, there's very few things that actually disrupt who we are as a person. I mean, minus the basics of like respect and obviously if you're in an abusive or toxic relationship, then that's not okay. But allowing others to just be who they are, that's not hurting you. And you may have these petty holdups that you focus way too much on and put way too much emphasis on, and that's a subconscious strategy to keep yourself from fully opening to a person. So when you are less accepting of others, you're not accepting yourself. Okay, so letting go of these things, really focusing in on what your values are, so that way you can see, does this go against my values? No. Okay, why am I making it a big deal? Let the person be who they are. Do you love them for who they are, or are you trying to change them? If you want happiness, you need to step out of your comfort zone, Taurus. Okay, so this is all I have for you today. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you.